So anyway, me and Frank and I say Pensock and Pete, we went up to New York. Now Pete went to the event last year. I've never made up to Turning Stone. Frank had never been to Turning Stone, and it's like about 5 hours from where we live here. It just, with there's so much in our area, it just was always like,
why go?
Exactly. Like I got this.
Now you had a reason.
And so this year I was like, you know what? Like I've heard the numbers are crazy up there. Pete went up there and he told us, he's like, dude, the numbers are nuts, And I was looking at some of the pictures and things, and I was like, all right, we had a free weekend. I was like, we got an Airbnb in Sylvan Beach, which was like a little lake community. Couldn't really complain about that.
Not at all.
Pretty much, it's like a college bar town from what they kind of explained to me. So it kind of gets a little wild in the summer.
Well, we went in the winter, but you can tell. It looks like it kind of some remnants of the Jersey Shore, quieter. Well, maybe not quieter, but smallerish towns that maybe are one way in the winter and one way in the summer. But yeah, no, we 10, 15 minutes from where we were.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, like, a couple things there. So some people hear us go, yeah, like, so what? But for us in New Jersey, you can be 18 to play there, which is crazy. And you can be 18 to play poker, casino, everything there. It is, I guess, part of the deal up there in New York of the Native Americans that run the tribes up there that own the casinos, but it's 18 to play.
Well, if I remember correctly, when they first opened Turning Stone, it was always that way, and that was a while back. Because I remember, maybe I was watching a World Poker Tour event or something, but I remember on the broadcast that they were talking about the whole 18-year-old, and if I remember correctly, there was a guy 18 or 19 years old who final table. I'd have to look it up, but so yeah, I mean that's interesting because you have some players that can't really play, and obviously especially here, that get to go out, and I'm sure people that with aspirations travel there that aren't too far away to be like, hey, I can legally go play. Let's do it.
What I'll say is this: we went up there to play the multi-day flight. There was a $400 buy-in.
Yes.
Multi-day flight. First off, they crushed the guarantees.
Oh, yeah, pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think on like the first or second night.
I think 1B or
it
was the first event or second event. I think it was the second event, but huge, 2B was
huge numbers. I mean, I forget the total number was, but I think they needed like 900 or something to break even. There was like 2,300 people.
Yeah,
there were so many people in this event. We didn't really do anything, unfortunately, in that event. But what's also cool, they have some side events as well. They also had a turbo one day that I played in Saturday. Ended up making just shy of the final table in that. Just got in a bad spot, basically a coin flip and lost. It happens. But
win your coin flips.
Yes, that's all you got.
Rule number 1B in poker.
When you go in there, though, like I think I was joking with you or Pete, I'm like, this looks like a hockey rink, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, both of us being hockey fans and seeing enough hockey games and playing enough hockey games, and my son, your son's playing hockey as well. You walk in and you're like, stands, the setup, yeah, it looked like a hockey rink or a basketball arena.
So apparently it's a concert arena, but you're in this like basically it looks like I call it the rink, the hockey rink. That's gonna be my nickname for it now.
Hey, I like it.
But it's packed, the entire place. I mean, it's like a mini like holy crap. Like
and they had their act together. They really did.
Yes.
Everything was super organized. Tables lined up. They had a system when everybody came in. Hey, what are you looking for? Boom, over there. You over there. Did you already sign a form? Did you pay? What event you're looking to do?
Yeah.
What are you here for?
Probably one of the most organized spots I've been to in years.
Absolutely.
I love the fact that first off, behind every chair.
That's great. We were talking about that.
Every chair. Okay, so listen. We're getting a little bit older here. Wait, shout out to Frank. It's his birthday today. Oh, you can't leave. What are you trying to do?
I can't turn around. I was going to turn around and say the number's on the back, but I can't. I don't want to mess with your system.
You got too many wires going on. So first off, happy birthday, Frank. It's his birthday today, by the way. So we are getting older. Frank's getting a little bit older than me, faster now today.
A lot older, yeah.
But, here's the thing. When you're walking around, I mean, you're looking for that little card with the number on it. You're like, what number table?
You're like this.
You're like staring.
You're moving over.
Yeah. They put the number. This is like one of those ideas that are so simple, but you're like, why doesn't?
Well, you know what? And parks always used to have the ones off the ceiling, which was great. Because and it's weird. We've played a lot of poker places, and you're always thinking old school. Look down, look down, look down. And I've we played enough at parks where people were like, where is it? And I go, just look up. And we're like, oh, great. You see everything.
Yeah.
This, obviously, the ceiling was too high there to do that. But that being said, this is the next best thing. They had the numbers on the backs of the chairs. Not just that, but they had a system to the numbers. Like some of these poker places, it's like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's like,
and you're like,
here it was 1 to 10, 11 to 20, or what have you, but it was very organized and regimented, a lot more than most places. So,
and on top of that, on the side of it, they actually had like a sign column that like told you like 1 through 10 this way,
yeah, exactly,
11 through 20 this way. I was like, okay, that makes it so much easier.
Yeah, if somebody couldn't find their table there, then you wanted them at your table because it was one of the easiest places to find where you were.
Actually, a guy behind us got a penalty for angling for avoiding the big blind.
Oh, well.
And I'm like, dude, at this place, there's no
there's no excuse.
Yeah, this isn't WSOP like main event where there's 5 billion tables. Yeah. Like it was all organized. Like, bro, you have no excuse. Like you angled that big blind, you're
it's not like
you're losing it there.
Section yellow, double J, row 24.
Yeah, like what room? What room am I even in right now?
What room?
I'm in the wrong casino. It's Horseshoe, not Paris. Like
this was just simple, nice, cut and dry, and it was a lot of people too. So props to those guys and girls for. Really doing a great job with the setup.
Couple other things that I really liked on the food and beverage side of things. I'll throw this out there. One, there was coffee stands and water stands like 24/7 on the sides, which I'm like, dude, I love that because like when I need my bottle of water or I need some coffee and you can run over real quick, get a quick cup.
Yep,
great. Two, the cart lady was the best thing I've seen. She literally had a cart, like a full cart with like full options on, not just like the little candy tray, like.
Yep.
Fruits, vegetables, chips, sandwiches, like the whole 9.
And I even heard, because somebody was like, oh, do you have whatever? And she's like, no, but I'll go get you one. You're over here. I'll be back. So very accommodating. Absolutely.
And on top of that, they had a like a, I don't want to say fresh food, but they had like food they were actually cooking, like hamburgers and hot dogs in the corner and stuff like that. And that was running till... Because a couple nights I was there late.
Open late.
It was up to like 11 o'clock. So
subtle brag. I like that.
So subtle brag. I was there
late.
Deep,
had to be deep in the tournament.
No big deal. No big deal. But now, I mean, having a place to eat because, some of these other little casinos and stuff you go to, there's nothing open at there. Like sometimes they have like 8 o'clock. And
or
if
you had to go out to get something or out and around or nothing convenient. This was absolutely convenient. Yet it wasn't in the way. It was tucked in the corner. So, if you weren't getting something, you weren't having to go through everything.
The casino itself, decent sized casino, a lot of slots, a lot of games, table games. It has everything: shops, bars.
Yep. Food was good. Yeah. We ate there a couple times at that one bar.
The diner, dude, and the prices definitely way cheaper. Way cheaper.
Absolutely.
Still casino prices, but like cheaper than casino prices that we're actually used to. We went to the diner the one day. I think it was Emerald Lounge. I think it was. Solid food there, like big portions of food that came out. Couldn't complain there. My only down thing about it wasn't not that it really affected us too much, but like I was expecting to be a little more. We were there St. Patrick's Day weekend, so I was expecting like Sunday, that St. Patrick's Day, to be like a little more festive and like more bars and parties going on. There was like nothing going on there. Like. Not that, like, again, not that I...
No, I know. I mean, we went for poker, but if there was something close by, I got you. But people weren't going there going, we're going to go play poker and go celebrate St. Patrick's Day. So I get it.
I will say this, though. We on the way up, we'll backtrack a little bit. I'm going to have a vlog video out on this the entire trip, so you'll be able to see everything we kind of did along the way. So if you're watching this... make sure you're checking out The Slot Squad on YouTube. That's the page that I work for. And I have vlogs there every month, so you'll be able to see our entire trip. So on the way there, on trips in the past, I'm one of those guys that Frank, learned and Pete learned. And Joe knows he's been
ready.
We stop just random places. Like when we're going places, I'm in the car for 2-3 hours. I start looking like, all right, what's around here? I need this corny roadside attraction. So what do we find? But we were going past Scranton, PA. And if you don't know, Scranton, PA is technically the home of The Office. That's where they base the story out of. And even though it's not filmed there, really, there is a bunch of things that were filmed there. And including the paper tower mill. So we got some cheesy pictures in front of that tours.
Yeah.
But the St. Patrick's Day episode, when they actually go to that pub, that's actually a physical pub. Now, that unfortunately was a huge letdown.
That was the worst part of our trip.
The worst part of the trip.
Yeah. So
we walk in and
first off, you
ahead.
gotta tell them we weren't sure if it was really the place because there's not really a sign, and I forget the name of the place, but anyway, it was not really a sign, and then we see it, and it's like, well, the GPS says we're here, and it's like, that's a bowling alley or something, and it was. We walked in.
No, at first we thought it might have been a strip club because we're like, what is this place?
Yeah.
It looks a little shady, and then we're like, oh, it's actually a bowling alley, and then you go inside, and the pub is to the right.
Yeah, so it's not connected, but not really. You know, it's not in the middle of it, but.
So I'm like, all right, whatever. And we were like, let's just grab some food. And it was all done for St. Patrick's Day. So you'll actually see in the video. And I'm like, cool. This, they recorded the St. Patrick's Day episode here. So I was kind of hyped about it. I was like, okay, we get there. And like, I don't know if this waitress having a bad day or just didn't like us.
She had a bad day, definitely.
Yeah, something. But she's like, comes over, messes up our drink order.
Well, first, as we walk in, and I don't know if you saw this or not. As we walk in, I didn't want to sit somewhere because a lot of places are like, oh, wait to be seated, and that's fine. I get it, and I didn't want to impose on them. So she was near a table, and I just politely asked her. I was like, oh, I saw a lot of tables open. I said, could we sit anywhere? And she's like, yeah, I'll be right with you. Like short and just kind of not like, oh yeah, sit wherever you want. So I was like, that was a bad first impression, but I think you went to the bathroom. Then she eventually made it over. We ordered a drink, and then she gave us the menus. We order a drink. She brings the drink over, and then she said,
"Oh yeah." So wait, first I just wanted to look it up because I was looking. Poor Richards was the name of the actual
Poor Richards. I knew it was a person's name.
And so gives us menus. We order. We get the drinks, and they're messed up, but yada yada whatever. And then I'm like, all right, what do you want to do? And we start like talking about what we want. And she's like, oh, by the way, it's going to be over an hour wait because there's so many people here. And like I looked around, there's like
4 or 5 tables taken.
There's like 10 people in the whole place, and I'm like, I'm not gonna argue with her, but I'm like, okay, it just seemed like she really didn't want to take our orders. So we're like, listen, we
were starving.
Yeah, I'm like, we're going somewhere else. We'll have the drink here for just to say that we actually drank at the place of the office. And
I mean,
that was it.
Obviously, I wish it would have. If she wouldn't have said that up front, we could have walked out the door instead of waiting for the drink, etc. But
took call pictures and called it a day.
We took the bullet and left.
Yeah, we spent our $7 and got out of there. So went up there, and then staying up there. We had the Airbnb, like I said. Now, a couple crazy things about that area. If you've never been to Turning Stone and you're going there, couple forewarnings. One, if you're going for the circuit event in March, there is absolutely nothing to do outside of that casino. It is in the middle. If you've been to Foxwoods, it's very similar to that. It's in the middle of
dropped out of the sky.
Yeah, it's like boom and nothing around. Pete did go to the Cooperstown Hall of Fame the one day. That's about an hour drive from there. So if you're looking for some touristy stuff around the area, that's about an hour drive. We did not go, but the International Hall of Fame of Boxing apparently is right there too. We drove by it. It's like a...
I think this room is bigger, maybe, but it would look like a tiny place, and it looked kind of unassuming, just sitting there with like 2 cars. And
so that might be on maybe next year's future trip for the vlog. We'll stop there and check that out, but that's also up there. But yeah, there's not a lot. So that's the only poker room in the area. Now there's a couple little other casinos. I stopped by on Sunday, Verona Downs Casino, which is very basic. There was like no table games, just slots, no poker room. I just went there, gambled a little bit for like St. Patrick's Day, and made a little bit of cash, and that was it. But nothing crazy. But very, very low key casino.
But the best place to gamble is at the gas station, right?
That's where I was going to next. Yes,
that's your segue.
So. Now, again, some people will see this and they're like, well, what are they talking about? Like, we have this. It's normal. For us, these things are not normal. Well, you can gamble at the gas stations, and you can use your Turning Stone card, your comp card, for like gas and food and playing slots. So you're earning comps at the gas stations. So we got a little footage of us like playing some slots in the gas station, and that was a very unique experience for me. I mean, I've played... I've played some stuff at like the airport.
Listen,
before,
I get the airport in
you know.
Vegas. That's kind of, something that, okay, you're in the airport.
I've seen some like little ghetto machines and some of these like little rinky-dink gas station once in a while, like tucked in the corner.
But that's all Nevada. That's all Nevada.
Like,
have you seen them anywhere else beside Nevada?
This was like a full-on like real slots. Like these were like real rooms. They were real games, like newer games, not like something that looked like they pulled out of a basement. And I was like, holy crap. Like, so of course we got to play gas station slots. And I think it might be.
And you won.
Yeah, I won a little bit and had a little fun with that. Again, 18 to play slots too, which is crazy because down in Florida it's 18 to play poker, but you got to be 21 to play
other games.
18 here. I mean, dude, what are you doing? You're a senior in high school. What are you doing? Yeah. Let's go to the gas station and play slots and gamble.
Fill her up and hit the slots. That's it.
So they got gas station slots. That's going on up there. But yeah, not a whole lot.
Not too much else.
Yeah, that's pretty much the extent of what's going on up there.
But I mean, listen, most people that go for a circuit event, like we planned a pretty full schedule, so it's not like you're going there necessarily to do something else. But I know, you like making stops and doing other things. Obviously, if there's something worthwhile, but be prepared to. And we played a fair amount of poker. Obviously, those 4 days we were up there.
Yeah, and even Sylvan Beach where we're staying at, there was a place called Lake House Slots. So you guys didn't go because you were playing some events, but there's a bar and slots there right on the beach, and I was like, oh, okay. And I went in there and made some money. I'm like, dude, slots, well, let's go. New York slots, where it's at. And then the last thing I'll talk about, obviously I got to throw a brag out there as well.
You earned it.
I'll throw it out there. So the nightly events are great. They were getting... I think the first night you were telling me there was 200-300 people in the first night, and they're like $150. You can't really beat that.
And it's similar to anybody who's going out to the World Series, play the daily, the Rio Daily events that they have throughout the day. So you have people that go out that love the whole poker experience to Vegas. Oh, I want to see the professional players, see the the high end buy-ins, but they don't want to go play those buy-ins, or they don't feel they're good enough to play in those buy-ins. And they can, this was I think 140 or like you said 150, something like that. You can buy into a lower amount, and it's less stressful. And listen, by the way, the dealers were all great. I did not have one poor dealer, not one issue anywhere. They all ran a great table. They all kept everything moving, which I know sometimes dealers are great dealing, but they don't keep the game moving. They kept the game moving, everything else. But these $140, $150 buy-ins are great for the amateur player, and I'm not saying we're professionals, but it's nice playing those. It's nice playing those. People that maybe have less, less knowledge of the game. That's how you can make your chips and make your money. And we were fortunate enough, both of us, to get down to the final two tables. I just missed the final table where they went to final table at 10, and I finished 11th, I think.
Yeah, you were right there, man. I was really hoping that we were both gonna make final table.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, it would have been a lot of fun. But really fun, vibe. Made the final table. They had throw out some ideas of chopping. I told them, I was like, look, I'm not really gonna chop just because of personal things. So I was like, we're just gonna go for it. I was very honest and open about it. And
listen, all the guys at the final two tables, with the exception of one person, were really cool. Both tables were laughing, joking, having fun, and we didn't really sit at the same table at all, even though we got down towards the end. But everybody was casual, nice, friendly. It was a fun event. It was fun.
Yeah.
And at the end of those, it is what it is. You get down at the end, it's basically shorter stack poker, so it's shove or fold for the most part, and but that's fine. I mean, you know what you're getting into when you get into it, and it's still a fun event, and it's worth $140 or whatever.
So long story short, end up taking down the tournament. So got the decent amount of cash in the pocket to leave. So it was a good ending to the trip. And
I am shocked you called real quickly with that first shove you made.
What was that?
Queen 10.
Oh yeah, because it's just at that point the range is so
No, I know, and I played with that guy that you were heads up with for a good chunk of the tournament, and he was almost out in a hand with me, and but he, like I said, you never know, you build it back up, but and he did have, I think he had like 2-1 or close chip plate on you.
Yeah.
But that was good.
Yeah.
You fought back, and it's always nice. Wins are that's what we play for. It's hard to get a win, but that's what we play for.
Yeah, and I'll take it. You know what? Though I don't think I got the Hendon recognition because it's a daily, so I don't get any Hendon recognition for it.
I didn't even look.
I didn't get any recognition for it, but it's okay.
I witnessed it. I was there.
I got a picture and I got cash. That's all that matters.
Cash
That's all.
Is good.
Cash is king. That's all that matters. No trophies, nothing like that. Just cash. That's all we needed was cash. So yeah, no, I mean, just to round it out, it was a fun trip. We had a good time. I'm as long as my schedule aligns, I definitely will be back next year. This is going to be one of those stops where I think like just the value's there. I mean, there's just so many people. It's just,
I mean, listen, there was definitely some decent players for sure. Mm-hmm. Definitely some rec players. So it's a good mix. There's different events, and like you said, the 400, they were blowing away the guarantees pretty easily on all the tournaments they did. The seniors event had
that was another one. You guys played seniors event on Sunday, and they had what, 1,300 people or something.
It was over.
Crazy.
I think it was a little over 1,300 or somewhere in that range
for a 1-day event,
and it was $300 or $400, I think.
Yeah, so
and it was a 1-day event, and again, they were moving. The breaks, everything was spot on. So WSOP circuit people, awesome job. I even talked to the staff, the girl at the end when you were at the final table. I went up to her. I said, look, I just got to tell you what a great job you guys are doing. They were all friendly. And she was like, oh, I really appreciate that. And listen, we're always quick to complain when something's bad. I always said, look, give people the props when they do something right.
Definitely.
It goes a long way, and I think they appreciated that.
Yeah. So shout out to Turning Stone. You've won us over, and we'll be back. At some point, definitely. And at home, definitely check it out if you're in the area or if you can get to that region. It is a little bit out of the way, but a lot of Canadians there as well, close to Canada. So a lot of Canadians.
Yeah, a lot of people
there.
from Buffalo area.
Mm-hmm.
So you see that there. A lot of people from, like you said, from Canada as well.
So that's our little review of the Turning Stone trip that we went on for the World Series of Poker Circuit event. Thanks, Frank, for filling in today and hanging out with us on your birthday.
My pleasure.
So thank you, everyone. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to Nerdthusiast. You can check out all our fun stuff, including Frank's music blog music podcast he's got going on as well. And you can check out our video game stuff for Matt and the team. And now we have a movie team coming back. So a lot of fun stuff there on Nerdthusiast YouTube channel. Just give us a sub. Appreciate you. And we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for coming.
Peace out.